Hi everybody, so I have already filmed this. I actually filmed it yesterday and I didn't press record, which is really stupid because I always hear like these YouTubers say like, ooh, like I filmed it and then I didn't press record, and in my mind I'm like, how stupid do you have to be to record something and not press record? So that happened to me last night, yesterday, and so we're here today again. Okay, so today I'm gonna do like a monochromatic makeup look with two intensities. So you can think of it as day to night, or just like the same makeup look but just like one a bit softer and the other one more intense, depending on how you like to wear it. Okay, so I already did my foundation. And I actually didn't use foundation, I did my base. I used only concealer just because I feel better like that most of the time. When I use only concealer, I feel like my makeup lasts better. I feel like, so it's right here. So my makeup lasts better, my skin looks better. Sometimes when I want to use foundation, I do like a very thin layer. And I do have two videos explaining how I like to do my base, so I'm gonna link it below, and if you want to go watch it, you can go watch that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my eyes, and I used a tiny bit of concealer on my eyes too as a primer, and I'm gonna start. So for my eyes, the color that we're gonna use throughout the whole video is gonna be this one, which is an Illamasqua blush, and it's called Powder Blusher in Beg, and it's a very like I'm not sure, like cinnamony type shade, like a brick color, I think, yeah. And we're gonna use this all over the eyelids, and I'm gonna take a flat brush to do that. Oh, but before I start, I'm actually going to line my eyes, and I'm using a brown shade, but the shade that you choose, it can depend on your skin tones. So brown on me looks fine because I'm like a medium skin tone, but if you're darker, you can go maybe with black or with a richer brown, something like a black brown. Just don't be too precise with this, just get it very close to the lashes to give your eyes a intensity. Okay, now I'm gonna take the flat brush and I'm just gonna pack on that color all over my eyelid. And I want a lot of intensity on the eyelid, so I'm not gonna drag the brush. I'm just gonna pack it on. And with a clean brush, I'm just gonna blend the edges. And this is a color that would suit a lot of people, even darker skin tones. However, if you're very white, this might look too red against your skin. So try to go for something lighter. Or maybe not as red in tone, because it can make you look a bit sick. Okay, and I want a tiny bit more intensity, so I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and I'm going to dip into the same shade, and I'm just going to focus it on my crease, especially on the outer V. But I'm going to dip it in and go all the way to the end, like to the inner corner here. And this is just gonna frame the eye really beautifully. It's gonna give it a lot more shape. So it's a really convenient way of giving the eye the definition and dimension without having to use like 10 different eyeshadows. Okay, so I'm going to take the same brown pencil and I'm going to dot it underneath without being too precise because we're gonna do eyeshadow on top. And with the same flat brush, taking the same shade, it's gonna pack it on top. And I'm gonna take this small blending brush and I'm just gonna drag it outwards. So I like to create more like a elongated shape. So like a feline effect. However, you don't have to do this. You can do any shape that you want. Okay, so now we're gonna do mascara. And we're gonna do, kind of want lots of mascara. Mainly on the roots. And I think like a one color, so like a smoky eye is really cool, it's really chic. Just because once you start blending a bunch of different shadows into each other, it doesn't look effortless. It looks like you tried so hard. And don't get me wrong, sometimes the bunch of shadows and like, you know, that kind of look has its place, but for me, I'm always gonna prefer something more simple, just because I hate looking like I tried so hard. Okay, now I'm gonna take this eyeshadow palette. This is the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions, and we're gonna take the shade here with a flat small brush. We're just gonna put it in the inner corners of the eyes just to give it a tiny bit of light because it's looking so matte that I kind of want a little something in there. Okay, and now we're gonna do blush, and we're gonna use one of these brushes, the Japanese brush, and the same shade, the same Illamasqua shade. We're just going to like apply it in a C shape, so like a draping type thing. For me, when I do this, I kind of have to take it above my cheekbone, just because if I just leave it here, because my face is so thin and long, I've said it before, it's usually it drags it down too much. But if your face is not as thin as mine, you can get away with just using it as a contour, and it looks really pretty. But unfortunately, I don't think I can pull that off. And I'm just using the brush that I use for my concealer to blend the edges. I'm not doing any bronzer or contouring or anything like that in here, just because I want to keep everything very monochromatic. If you want to use it, just make sure that you can barely see it on the skin, and then you blend the blush into the contour or the bronzer that you're using, just so that the makeup doesn't lose its effect. Okay, for my lips, I'm gonna use this Mattemoiselle lipstick by Fenty Beauty, and it's called Spanked, and it's a tiny bit warmer than the blush that we used. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use it sort of like a stain. I'm gonna blend it into my lips with my fingers really well. And I'm gonna blot it. Now with a Q-tip, I'm gonna blend the edges, which is going to give me shape, but a softer effect. So like a tiny bit more sexy, I think too, because it kind of looks like blurry, kind of like you've been like kissing boys or like making out. And I'm taking the blush and just patting it on top of the lipstick, just so that everything ties together. So that's look number one. You can use this during the day if you feel more daring, or at night really. I would use this at night totally. So now on to look number two. And we're gonna build from this, and I'm actually gonna take the same pencil, the same brown pencil. And again, you can use black if you want it even more intense. But I'm gonna take the same brown, I'm sorry. And this brown, it has like a redness to it, so it kind of ties in really well with the rest of the makeup. And I'm gonna use it top and bottom. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take the same flat brush that I used, and I'm gonna dip it into this shade here, which is like a very deep cranberry shade, and I'm gonna use it to line. So I'm gonna stamp in across my lash line, like so, going all the way into the inner corner. And I'm gonna wing it out. But I'm actually gonna use a tiny bit of pencil before that, just to give me like a rough shape. Okay, so I'm taking the powder and I'm winging it out. Again, because it's powder, it doesn't have to be precise. It's just for effect, really. And taking the same shade and the same brush, I'm going to use it underneath, under my lashes, just to add intensity to that. And with the same blending brush and the same deep cranberry shade, I'm just going over the crease to add a lot of intensity. And this sort of gives you, this brush sort of gives you like a soft cut crease. It's a really good brush. And now, with this shade here, in my finger, I'm gonna pack it on in the middle of the eyelid. Just for some shine there. If you feel like you want a tiny bit of highlighter, if you're deeper, you can get away with using something like this and it would look very pretty. I think this would be so dark for me. We're gonna try it though, but we're gonna try it with a bigger brush. Just sort of like on top of the blush. Just because the blush is sort of like the same shade as this, it doesn't look as harsh. That's so pretty. However, if you are white, just go for something, the usual color that you use. If you can find something that has like a rose gold tone to it, much better. But this is a funny look, and it's really cute. This is not as effortless as the first one, but it's really fun, it's pretty, and I hope you liked it.